Welcome to the 2021-2022 Virtual Curriculum Fair for Danville Middle School. My name is Jason Mummert, and I am the principal at Danville Middle School in Comal ISD. And I want to first welcome all of you upcoming 5th grade students and parents coming to Danville in the fall of 2022. Here we have our administrative team and myself, Jason Mummert, Assistant Principal Joshua Lawyer Jefferson, and Assistant Principal Amanda Salter. So coming up to the middle school from the elementary school is quite a big transition time. It's a big adjustment. The school is much larger. There are much more responsibilities put on the students, being that they are in 6th grade now. They are no longer in, one classroom, maybe 2 for the day. They now have 7 classes throughout the day, which are all about 45 to 50 minutes, and they transition from class to class independently, which is very much different from elementary. So there are quite a few differences. A lot of those things will be gone over at Wolf Camp, which I will discuss later in the virtual curriculum fair. During this time, I just want to kind of welcome you to Danville and talk about some of the opportunities that the students will have in a secondary building that they might not have had in the elementary building as they are making their course selections for the 2022-2023 school year. Here we have some of our fabulous teachers from Danville Middle School. Our core teachers and elective teachers have created videos for you to view that'll also be part of the curriculum fair. So the elective teachers have a video for each one of their classes that they teach here. And then the district is creating videos for each one of the core classes, which are your science, math, English language arts, and social studies. And for the 6th graders coming up, that social studies class is world cultures. And then our elective classes, each one of the elective teachers has a video specific to their class that you can view to kind of gain some knowledge on what that class would offer for you. So in 6th grade, the elective courses that they may choose from, you have tech apps, which is a class in which they learn how to type on the computer, use Microsoft Office Suite, Google Suite, those types of essential skills that they will need as they progress through their educational career. You have youth leadership, which is a great class which teaches collaboration skills, organizational skills, teamwork, very essential skills for students as they become more independent in their educational journey. We are going to be offering AVID for 6th graders next year. AVID is a great program in which learning skills, note-taking skills, tutorial skills are taught, as well as organizational skills through a great system that has been proven. And that will be offered for students. And then also in lieu of those classes, you have our gifted and talented. So if your student has been labeled gifted and talented and they would like to continue that from elementary school, they may sign up for gifted and talented. So the tech apps and youth leadership classes are each 1 semester. So they would take tech apps first semester and then youth leadership second semester, or vice versa. AVID and GT are full year courses. So if they took AVID, they would be in AVID for the entire school year. Or if they took GT, they'd be in that class for the entire school year. So those electives, that's for one of your electives. There will be either a combination of those 2 tech apps and youth leadership, AVID or GT. They will also then take a PE, pre-athletics, or dance. All 3 of those courses will suffice for your physical education. So they could take either one of those. And Coach Broadus and Coach Starling have kind of discussed the differences between pre-athletics and PE on their separate videos for you to look at. And then dance, Mrs. Bustos has a video about dance and how that could be taken for your PE credit. The very cool thing about dance is it can be taken for your physical education credit, or it can also be taken for your fine arts credit. So students also take a fine arts. So they will take the PE or pre-athletics or dance for their physical education credit. And then they will need a fine arts class. So fine arts, they may take the dance, which will suffice for fine arts. They could take band or orchestra or art or theater or choir. So we have quite a few opportunities for sixth graders to participate in any one of those fine arts courses as well. And each one of those fine arts courses I listed, there is a video from the teacher and for the virtual curriculum fair to learn more about what happens there. And here we just have some pictures of different opportunities for students participating through the theater, through orchestra, choir, and in groups. And as well, we have here just some opportunities that will take place down the road for 7th and 8th graders, so as they progress through their career at Danville. So what makes Danville very unique within the district is we are a project-based learning campus, and we are part of the Davenport feeder pattern. So Davenport is where your student will go for high school. They are also a project-based learning campus, so we feed right into them, which is fantastic. So we start teaching them the skills here, and they keep progressing as they go up to Davenport. So one difference you'll notice when they come here to Danville is we have what we call learning outcomes. So we have 5 different learning outcomes at Danville that are a little bit different than a non-project-based learning campus would have. So the students get assessed holistically through knowledge and thinking, agency, collaboration, oral communication, and written communication. All of those learning outcomes help assess the student as a whole and how successful they are at mastering all 5 of those outcomes. Here we have some pictures displaying just some of the projects and what project-based learning looks like with some of the products that were created, as well as some of the showing the collaboration and teamwork that it takes to solve the problems and to be successful in the project-based learning campus. We do encourage all students to become active, and parents as well. The more active you are within the school, the more successful experience you will have. So we have a fantastic PTSA at Danville. We would love everybody to join. The PTA does so much for our school. They help sponsor dances. We had a very successful dance this year. They do tons of fundraisers. You can see up at the top of that picture there, we have a fundraiser there where we are raising money for the school and for school supplies for students that need them through volunteers being put through a dunk tank. So we have a lot of just great opportunities to be a part of something here at Danville, and we would love as many people to join the PTA as possible and get involved, and that's for students and parents to join the PTSA. All right, so moving forward, so 5th to 6th grade course selection. So these are our new 6th graders for 22-23 school year, that you are the class of 2029. So administrators, counselors, and elective teachers will be visiting either Morningside or Garden Ridge Elementary on February the 17th to discuss some of the great opportunities that we have at Danville for your students. The teachers will give short presentations and explain kind of what their class looks like and why they might be interested in joining their class when they make their course selections. So the counselors will also be giving out choice sheets to the students at that time so they can take them home and discuss them with the parent or guardian. During this time, the counselors will also explain how to fill out the choice sheets for the students. And then all the students will then hand their choice sheets into their home campus, either at Garden Ridge or Morningside. And then those counselors there will then give them to the Danville counselors to finalize their course selections. The great thing is this year we already hosted the 5th graders at Danville Middle School and gave a fine arts presentation. So our band, our orchestra, even the Davenport Orchestra came down. We had our dancers. We had just various fine arts groups make presentations. And it was fantastic to have all of the 5th graders throughout the district here for Morningside and Garden Ridge to be exposed to that. So they got a little bit of a bigger taste of what those electives then they'll get on the 17th. They got a whole kind of their own little pep rally So that was fantastic. So just some other things to be thinking about moving forward. So Wolf Camp is a great opportunity. That is usually about 2 weeks before school starts. And Wolf Camp is a time when the sixth graders get to come up and they will get a tour of the school and a little presentation from our assistant principals and teachers, and to get them kind of familiarized with the layout of the school. The parents at that time will meet with myself and the PTA down in the large gym, and we'll go over kind of just the basics of what to expect at the middle school level and how that's different than the elementary level. In moving forward, we will offer in ELA and math, there is on level grade courses, and then there are honors courses. So for the more advanced, for the honors, and those that will be talked about on those core content videos created by the district for the curriculum fair. Don't worry too much about supply lists at this time. Those will be given out later throughout email messages and through social media. We will post out the supply list for y'all, so don't worry about that. That'll also be on the Comal website. Again, PTSA, please join the PTSA. The more involved, like we said, the more successful experience everybody will have. And then just remember, band, orchestra are a couple of the big opportunities for upcoming sixth graders that they might not have had, as well as all the other fine arts we have, such as choir and theater and dance. And you may follow us on Twitter. So Danville is on Twitter, at PAC Principal is where you will find myself on Twitter. And thank you so much for viewing the video for the 2021-2022 Virtual Curriculum Fair for upcoming sixth graders.